I don't feel like I'm getting anything accomplished. I don't feel like I'm doing the things that I really want to be doing. Overwhelm kicks in. It just triggers so many things. It triggers the spiral. Hey there, Jodie Bentley here, actor, producer, and career coach. And today I want to talk to you about time and creativity. Now, one of my favorite, do I say that? Dare I say that? One of my favorite excuses that I fall prey to all the time is I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. And it's one of my things that keep coming back and keep coming back. You know, I talk a lot about excuses and being aware of the ones that plague us and stall us out. And that's mine. That is my Achilles heel. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. And when I'm choosing to buy into that excuse, things can be pretty challenging because I feel like I don't have time. I don't feel like I'm getting anything accomplished. I don't feel like I'm doing the things that I really want to be doing. That's when overwhelm kicks in. It just triggers so many things. It triggers the spiral for me, right? When I let that, I don't have time, and I can start to feel it like in my chest. And I recently made time because we all have the same amount of time. It's what we choose to do with it, right? And it's how we're choosing to frame it and see it as well. So I made time to go away for 4 days to Big Bear. And it was absolutely divine to just refocus, recharge, replenish, and get back to what was most important to me, get back to my creativity, get back to the big vision for my life and what I want. And get back to examining all the bullshit excuses that get in my way that keep me from doing that and from being there and living the vision that I want. And this time excuse was a big one for me. So I really, journaled about it, wrote about it. And the same stuff comes up when I do this. And, for me, it is about being intentional with my time, honoring the time that I have. Yeah, so what? I might not have 3 hours to sit down and work on a website or do my headshot prep or whatever, because there's multiple things I get to focus on. We have life. Some of us have day jobs. We have other, career focuses with writing, producing, directing, acting, audiobooks, narrating, whatever it is. There's many directions we get pulled in our lives. And just reminding myself that I get to be intentional and I get to choose where I put my time. I get to prioritize my time. And knowing that there's only so much of it, where is it most important that I put it? So I was still percolating on this idea as I was driving home. And I hadn't been listening to audiobooks in so long because I only listen to them when I'm in the car and I haven't been driving anywhere. And I finally put back on Elizabeth Gilbert's Big Magic. Now, if you haven't listened to this book, I recommend listening to it. I mean, obviously, read it as well, whatever works for you. But I hadn't finished the book, and I was like, oh, I get to listen to this. So I got to listen to her for 2 hours in the car. And I wanted to share this with you because there was a section in her book. Again, I really urge you to listen or read it. And she comes at it from a writing perspective. If you don't know, Elizabeth Gilbert wrote Eat, Pray, Love, and among multiple other things. And her whole book is about creativity and how to honor creativity. And this chapter in particular was talking about Herman Melville. Herman Melville, who wrote Moby Dick, an iconic book, which was actually written about my hometown, actually, New Bedford, Massachusetts. That Herman Melville, she found some letter he wrote. God, I think it was to Nathaniel Hawthorne, I'm forgetting. But it was a letter that Herman Melville wrote where he was complaining about not having time to write. That the busyness of life and his daily activities and schedule, that he couldn't get those hours to sit down and just be creative. And it was just so like to hear that and go, Herman Melville had issues with time. And he's one of the iconic writers, of our time. And just realizing how much this issue of time plagues us. God, especially in the world we live in now, this fast-paced world with technology moving so quickly and us feeling like we have to do 5,000 things, especially as actors and artists. And just to hear that he wanted this time and couldn't get it. So he made it. He carved it out. He grabbed 20 minutes of creativity. I'm putting 20 minutes on it. Who knows how he was timing it out, but just grabbing pockets of creativity where he could. He wasn't waiting for it to be perfect. He was, again, grabbing the time and grabbing that creativity to honor that creativity and make space for that creativity and not push the creativity aside and go, well, I don't have time. I don't have 3 hours, so I'm not going to do it this week. Oh, I don't have those pockets of time. Oh, things got busy. All right, I'm not going to do it. Grab that creativity where you can, even if it's 15 minutes to work on a scene from class, 10 minutes to practice putting up your self-tape setup or just getting on camera to see how a new outfit looks, whatever it is. But it just reminded me, and I wanted to remind you, to stop waiting for things to be perfect. Stop waiting to have enough time. Make the freaking time for what you want. Make the time to honor your creativity and grab those pockets where you can. Because if you don't, the time is going to flitter away. You're going to find other things to do at that time. And sometimes it's easier not to do all the creative stuff we want to do. And I find for me, it can be easier because then I can say, oh, I didn't have the time, so of course I didn't succeed with that. Oof. There's a deep excuse and limiting belief that gets in the way. And there's an excuse that's actually a benefit to us to go, oh yeah, well, I just didn't have time. I can blame time instead of myself. So I invite you to take ownership of your time, to take ownership of your creativity, and create when you can. Make it intentional, make it a priority, make it the most important thing for you because you became an artist and an actor, not to do branding, not to do marketing, not to do social media, not to reach out to casting directors. You became an actor and an artist to be creative. And we don't always give ourselves the space and time to do that. So I want to give you permission to do that. And I don't care if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 seconds. Find time every day to honor your creativity. And listen to Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic. All right, that's what I wanted to pop on and say today. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you fall prey to the time excuse and how you're feeling about creativity as well. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.